Ladies and gentlemen, geeks and nerds, welcome back to another episode of Road to HermitCraft. And we're starting off the episode today repairing 3 elytras that we used to break the altitude world record during the week. So there is a video, if you haven't checked that out, there's a video on the channel, so check it out and see what happened. It's all explained. And so yeah, once I have finished repairing these 3 up, then we're going to go over to the Death Star and I'm going to show you our sorting system all working. If you remember last episode, we did moving items from the overworld back over to the Death Star to item storage, and we got so close. Our shulker box, our dirt shulker box, didn't quite make it to the right place. But I've got some good news. So I'll meet you over there in just 2 seconds. And as we're on our way back from the ball cube after repairing our elytra, actually let's have a quick look over here, because this episode, let's talk about what we're going to do this episode. We are going to add some new ships. Oh yes, we haven't added any ships for a while. The last one we did was the Enterprise, which is just over this way. Just get a glimpse of it. There it is. There's the Enterprise. Oh yes. So we're going to add some more ships today to our space scene, and actually we're going to build them over here between the Death Star and the ball cube. That's right. These ones are going to be some Imperial ships. Oh yes. So I've been working on a few ship designs sort of in between episodes, and yeah, I've got a few in the works, and I think the ones I'm going to build today are ready. So yeah, let's get into the Death Star. I'll show you the storage system all working, and then we can get building with some of these ships. Here we are at the top of our shulker box sorter that we built last episode, and yeah, let me tell you all about this thing. So if you remember the end of last episode, we didn't quite get it working. It was almost working. We threw a dirt shulker box in from the overworld, and it went all the way down, all the way over the water streams, and made it in down this tube into the system, which was fantastic. But then it didn't quite go down there underneath us to the right place. And yes, now I know why. So let me go in here. So first of all, I couldn't find the shulker box wherever it was. I looked through as many of these hoppers as I could. I got Logical Geekbot into investigation mode, and had a good old look through all the containers and couldn't find it all. But it turns out it was right in here. This dropper, this one right here, is where the shulker box actually ended up. And it just so happens that that episode I put it out pretty late. On a Sunday, and then I went to bed pretty much straight afterwards. And then when I woke up, I had the answer, because Bowtie Daniels, one of our community members, had sent me a screenshot of this part of the build from the video. He had downloaded the world download of this design, and he said, "Logic, this repeater right here, it's got one too many ticks on it." So yeah, I just had to reduce that down to 1 tick. And in his screenshot, I also noticed that this repeater right here had 1 too less. So I had to add a tick onto that one. And then it worked. So just 2 ticks on these 2 repeaters between them was causing the problems, and now it should work. So I think what we need to do now is, before we get building some ships on the outside of the Death Star, is to give this thing a proper end-to-end test. And I'll show you the full journey. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So in my inventory, I've got a shulker box here full of dirt. And in fact, it's not full of dirt, but that doesn't matter as long as it's got some dirt in it. And so what we'll do is, let's go over to the overworld, and we'll put this into the system, and then hopefully we'll see it come out. In fact, let's do a proper test. Let me show you. Wait. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Right, so here is the dirt column right here, and this is where the dirt should go, this dispenser right here. So we'll leave this here. So this is currently empty, and hopefully when we come back, should have a shulker box in it. Just before we do the end-to-end test, there's one thing I just want to mention that I didn't mention last episode, and that is that we've got these filters here. If you remember last time, this is what's going to filter all of the items that we get from our mine. So we're going to have a beacon mine that's just down there, and all of our items come up through this water elevator right here, and through these water streams over to these filters, and there's one for each type of block. So this first one is the dirt, and then we've got other things like gravel and andesite and all the other bits and pieces. Now, when I did my test, I just dumped a whole bunch of dirt in, and actually what happened was that some of it despawned because it couldn't get picked up by a single hopper. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that, because I think when I'm running this for real, it's probably unlikely I'm going to dump a whole inventory full of one one block type. So it might be okay just having one filter for each block. But what I might end up doing is extending this a little bit and maybe having an extra one for smooth stone and an extra one for cobble, maybe, if they're probably the most common blocks we're going to throw in here. So we want to make sure that we're capturing them all and they don't despawn because one hopper can't keep up if there's too much. So, but yeah, just wanted to show you that was something that I noticed, but we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes when we're using it for real. So let's give this thing a test. So let's go down here and we're going to kind of simulate this now. So let's go over here. So here is our minecart and that's totally empty. So let's simulate this by, we're going to add in 4 minecarts just to simulate other shulker boxes, because obviously this thing will only launch once we have all the shulker boxes in there. And let's put this shulker box full of dirt into the chest. That should launch and a new one comes in place and off it goes to the portal. All right, so now let's follow it and I'll keep recording so you can see the whole thing. What will happen is we'll go into the Falcon and hopefully you'll hear some clicking where the items are being sucked out and sent off to the Death Star, hopefully. There it is. We heard the clicking. And now what we can do is we can break this and it gets picked up by the hopper minecart inside the obsidian. That's okay. Now let's fly on over to the Death Star. And as we go, let's have a look, see if you can see the water streams. Obviously it's encased in obsidian and actually we don't really see it in our normal line of sight. So I'm just going to fly over here in the normal way that I would. And let's hopefully it will make it over. So let's go up here and let's fly on up right over here to here. All right, and those items will be along shortly. And while we're waiting, let's just talk about this little contraption that I didn't manage to talk about in last episode. This thing will sort the items from the shulker boxes. So as you saw there, that minecart had some other items in it as well as the. There they come. Here they come. So this has to sort them out. So here you go. The items get dispensed and go through there, and because the hoppers will go downwards before they go across, normal items will go down into that hopper there and end up into that chest right over there. And if it's a shulker box, it'll get dispensed, it'll get detected by that, and then it'll get broken. And as part of that detection, this line over here gets activated, and that hopper underneath will get powered, which will block that. And so then the shulker box, when that's broken, will go down this line and go down here into our shulker box sorter. So you just saw that happen. So hopefully if we scoot down here and look into this dispenser, we should have a shulker box with dirt. Oh, check it out. There it is. It's all working. Oh, yes. So that is the full end-to-end test. Oh, yes, and it works. So thank you so much to Bowtie Daniels for pointing out my mistake. It wasn't too big. I was worrying that I might have to tear this whole thing down, but yeah, just a couple of ticks on a couple of repeaters is all good. And there is our contraption. I might make a tutorial out of that if people are interested. There is one flaw with it, and that is that if an empty shulker box makes it in, that won't get detected because we use a comparator to work out if there's a shulker box there or not. But yeah, it's all good. So happy this is now working. So in this room we now have the next project we're going to take on, which is not today but another day. We're going to have a multi-item storage system over here, so that will be the main bulk of it done. And then just over here we're going to have a trash, a way to get rid of dispose of some trash items. So we'll have a chest here or something where we chuck in items we don't need, and they'll get routed up to our trash, the item disposal, which is all the way up there somewhere over there. All right, so let me get set up outside, ready for our build, and let's see if we can build some Imperial ships. All right, welcome back, and we have made a start on our first Imperial ship. So I'm just building this up. So here is the beginnings of our ship, and we're over here in between the Death Star and the Borg cube, which is just over there. So yeah, just pretty much in the center and a little bit forward. So you can see that's the general position. And over there are our X-Wings. So these fighters are ready to engage. So yeah, I've designed up a few different TIE fighters. Yes, we're going to be doing some TIE fighters today. I'm sure I didn't put that in the thumbnail, so you probably didn't already know. But anyway, yeah, I've got a few different designs of some different variants of some TIE fighters. Now, I'm not sure how many I'm going to have time to do today, but I would like to get a few in. So I'm going to start off with this one, which is going to be the Interceptor. So this is one where I'll put a picture on the screen actually, but this is one where it's got the normal sort of centerpiece where the pilot sits, and then the two wings on the side kind of curve round. So they start at the bottom there, and it kind of curves around like that. It goes around like half circle like that, and then at the front of the wings there's kind of like an indent that comes in. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a picture on screen for you to see what I'm aiming for. Now the tricky thing that I'm coming up against with this stuff is to get in enough detail to make it look kind of good, but also these are quite small, because the thing is I'm trying to get these relatively correct in terms of scale, in particular like compared to the X-Wings we've got over there. Because obviously if these are far too big or far too small, then it won't really look all that great. So but yeah, these TIE fighters are generally quite a bit smaller than an X-Wing. So yeah, I've probably pushed the boundaries a little bit in terms of scale, but yeah, and trying to get some detail in is actually quite tricky. But yeah, it should be all right. So I'll sort of show you some jump cuts as we kind of build this up. So the Interceptor is going to be here. This is going to be at the front. It's going to be the lead TIE fighter, and then behind it we're going to have another TIE fighter over there, just a standard TIE fighter, and another one over there. Because quite often these ships come in threes, so there's be one lead one with two following. And yeah, if we get those two done, then or these three ships done, if we've got some more time, I'd like to do the Special Forces version from the First Order Special Forces version, which is basically black and it's got like a bit of red to it. I'll stick a picture of that on screen as well. So hopefully we get a few of those in as well, maybe behind, as if they've come out of the hangar. So that the hangar for the Death Star is going to be just there. So it'd be quite cool if there was some of those over this side, as if they've just flown out of the hangar and obviously coming this way to join in the engagement. So yeah, this will be quite cool, quite interesting. I'm going to try and get these ships at different heights as well. So this one's here, we'll get another one maybe underneath, and this one over here higher up. So they're not quite like in a flat plane. So hopefully that'll be interesting enough. But yeah, that's cool. But yeah, one other thing I want to just mention. So I'll crack on with this in a bit. But the other thing I wanted to mention was the world record attempt that I'd made a video for, where I went up to 129,000 blocks. That video's got more attention than I expected it to. So yeah, so thanks for everyone that's viewed that, and there's some comments. Now one of the questions I got was about the ending. So if you haven't seen that video, then you should check it out. But I basically fall down and I land in this water, and that's how I survive. And of course at the end the joke was, how do I get out of here, because I don't have any elytra or any rockets left, so I'm kind of stuck. And yeah, that was a bit of a joke at the end. And of course everyone's asking me, how did I get out? Well, I didn't cheat. So over here what you can actually do is you can jump up on this block right here to get out of the tray, if you like. And if you just run over here, if you remember, this is originally our Black Pearl. There's our original iron farm, and down here is the collection area, and there is a chest, and in here I had a spare elytra and some rockets that I could just pick up, and then yeah, come off and fly away, and then pick up my stuff and yeah, carry on. So that's what happened there. So yeah, I was actually able to escape, but yeah, that was a bit of a joke. Anyway, let's get back to this. So hopefully that will make sense. And in terms of the position of these TIE fighters, because we quite often fly from this side and we fly up this way towards the hangar. So this way we'll be able to fly up towards the hangar and then fly past these TIE fighters and get a good view of them as well. So that would be yeah, super cool. And I've just had to pillar out from the Death Star right here. So yeah, all right, let me crack on with a bit more of this progress, and I'll bring you back in a bit, and yeah, see what you think. Okay, here we go. Got the wings in for the Interceptor. So there we go. It doesn't look too bad. That's the kind of shape. Well, still got to do the inside where the pilot sits. But yeah, this looks pretty cool, I think. Let's have a quick look around again. There we go. What do you think of that? Ooh, yes. So let's just scoot down here. Here we go. So I've added a few things. So I've got some carpets here because obviously we want to stop Enderman spawning. And I've tried to add some lights where it kind of makes some sense. Obviously using these end rods here and here. So yeah, I think it looks all right. Now the thing I'm trying to do, as I said before, is trying to get some detail in. So obviously we're using lots of stairs and some slabs on the top. But even here, like we have this flat area, just trying to use stairs here, so it gives a little bit of depth, a little bit of detail, even though it's quite a small build. But I think this is coming together. Like even here at the front, we have this, instead of that just going along as a straight line, try to get a bit of shape, bit of detail. Again, just a bit of interest. So I think that's looking all right for the wings. Looks quite nice. And I think as we're flying past it, that will look pretty cool. So yeah, now I've got to add in the pilot's cabin, which I'll do next. And then, yeah, this one will be done. So the other thing you might notice, or you might not, is that I've updated my textures to the latest Mojang beta textures. This is version 3.1. So I've got those in place. Obviously, I've still got my own logical textures as well for the beam and other bits and pieces. But yeah, the majority of this is the new textures from Mojang. Obviously got a black nether brick, which is obviously cool. So a lot of these textures are from vanilla tweaks, but those ones currently don't work with 1.13. So I've had to adjust those for this, which is all right. So there we go. That's where we're up to. So let me build this cabin, and then I'll bring you back, and we can see this first TIE fighter ready to fly. And there we have it. There is the pilot's pod in the middle. So I think it looks okay. But yeah, as I said, yeah, this build's pretty small, so it's quite hard to get the detail in that you might want. But yeah, just show you a few things. So obviously got some of these end rods at the front to give us a bit of light, and also sort of act as gun turrets over there. Got a sea lantern over there, either side, again a bit more light, but try to box it in with some cobble walls and some stairs around it. Just try and make that look a bit more meaty. Got some concrete in here just to kind of give us a bit of relief from the bricks and stuff. But yeah, looking all right, I think. Obviously the glass there is at the front, so the pilot can see out. And then just around the back, we've got a couple of boosters here with some magma blocks with the glass kind of acting as if they were sort of boosting out. There's also a red light at the back as well. So let's just have a little fly around. Obviously we've still got the dirt around because we've got other things to build. We'll still have a proper look later on. If we look on top, yeah, we've got a sea lantern in here just to give us a bit more light again. A couple of details either side. Now I tried adding a pressure plate. If you can add a stone pressure plate on here, but what happens is you get some Z fighting with the item frame. I don't think it looks too good. So I did try that, but yeah, I'm probably going to leave without that, I think. Then we've got this little antenna here, so it can receive signals back from the mothership, back from the Death Star. And then, yeah, let's fly to the back so you can see the back. Let's go this way. And then fly around. And there is the back view. Not too bad, not too bad. So what we'll do is we'll build the other TIE fighters up, and then we'll have a proper look around these things. But yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea of where we're going. So obviously the next two we're going to build are the traditional TIE fighters with the straight wings. So they're going to have the same pod in the middle for the pilot. Just the wings are going to be different. So yeah, let's get on with this thing. Alright, we are pretty much done now with the new Imperial ships, so let's go and take a look. I wanted to make a start over from this side, so we get to fly past all of our current ships. So we get a flyby of the Enterprise and the Falcon, our X-Wings, and if we go this way, obviously we have the Death Star, and then our new additions come into place. There they are. We've got some TIE fighters, and we've got the Interceptor, some traditional TIE fighters right here. We'll have a proper look in a minute, and there is a Special Forces one right there. I wanted to do a couple more, but I've actually run out of time, so we might do a couple more of these Special Forces ones maybe on stream. So if you're interested in seeing me build those, then yeah, maybe stream on Monday night, we can do that. But yeah, let's have a look at these things. So let me land right here. There we go. Right, so the Interceptor we've already seen, but yeah, here are the TIE fighters themselves. So if I zoom in, there you go. Check that out. So the middle section is pretty much the same as we did for the Interceptor down here. But you can see the sides. What I've tried to do here is I've tried to get some detail in rather than just being like a flat surface. Is I've just used a whole bunch of stairs, upside down and right way upstairs to try and get just a bit of interest in the sides. But obviously these TIE fighters, their wings are really super thin, and they're quite small vehicles. So yeah, it's quite hard to do that. But yeah, pretty happy with how that's turned out. So there you go. That is how it looks. Even on inside, I tried to just add some buttons just to get some kind of relief on that side. But yeah, it looks all right. And the Special Forces one I really like as well. There's the black colour. I'm not sure how well this is going to look on YouTube because that obviously dark things look a bit harder. But basically this is the same thing, but it's reversed. So anything that's black is grey and vice versa. And we have that red kind of stripe of wool on the right hand side there. Check that out. It looks very ominous. So I think, yeah, as I say, I'm going to build a couple more of those, I think. But not today because I have run out of time. But before we finish up, we've got a couple of things I want to do. First of all, I want to update the map. So let's go in here and grab our map from down the bottom. Here is the map wall as it stands at the moment. Looking pretty cool. But yeah, let's grab the couple of maps that are around this area. So our TIE fighters should be around this area. In fact, this whole area here. So we need to grab that one, and probably that one, maybe even that one. Let's grab all of them, all the maps. Right, let's go and update all these maps and see what happens. Let's put that in my other hand. Let's fly on up, see if we can get them all updated. Oh, there we go. There's some coming in. There we go. So that's that one. Right, don't throw that in the void. That would be bad news. Let's update the next one. Okay. Let's update this one. Check it out. And this one. Okay, let's put these on the map wall and see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Let's stick this one in here. I think that's where it goes. That one should go there. Oh yes, looking nice. Looking very nice. That one should be there. And the last one, look at that. Oh yes, that is looking pretty cool. If I zoom in, looks nice, huh? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's a shame the texture pack you've got doesn't come through correctly here because they obviously should be black, but they're red because of the nether brick. But that's okay. We'll have to use our imagination there on that front. But yeah, looking pretty nice. All right, wicked. All right. Good. All right, so yeah, I'm going to get a few more of those Special Forces ones, as I say, maybe over here somewhere, I guess. So they're coming into the battle this way, and of course, then we'll have some more goodie ships over this way. And I've got an idea of what I want to do for the end gateway, this gateway portal over here. We're going to have a ship that covers that up, all in due course. But that is good news. All right, very happy with that, how that's turned out. All right, so the last thing we'll need to do is to go up to the Hall of Fame and add a new member. Here we are in the Hall of Fame, and the new member is hiding behind me. Who could it be? The suspense is growing. It is, in fact, UK Phil. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, buddy. And yeah, UK Phil is pretty prolific in the community. He's in the comments, he's in Discord, he's a Patreon, and also joins us on stream for all the fun and hilarity we have there. So yeah, thank you, Phil, for all the support. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, welcome to the Hall of Fame. Let me know what head you want. All right, and that will pretty much do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, then yeah, please hit that like button. And if you are new, then feel free to subscribe. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, then get it in that comment section. I do read every single comment. I can't always reply, but I do read all of them. So yeah, keep that stuff coming. It's a really good way for me to improve and get better at this YouTube thing. All right, until next time, my geeks, I will see you later.